Jamie Outdoorsley here for another video. It is time for the best metal albums of April. This month has been absolutely fantastic in terms of metal. It's been one of the most consistent months of the year. I had such a hard time in actually making a list this month. This was an incredibly hard list. So, you know what? We're in before Quest for Metal. We're in before Metal Trenches. We're in before the Forge Master reviews. We're in before every other metal channel out there that wants to do the best metal albums of April. That's right. I am first this month. So let's get on with the list. Coming at number 10 is The Lion's Daughter and the album The Skin Show. This album really took me by surprise. I thought it was going to be a run-of-the-mill sort of doomy, sludgy sort of album. The main star on this LP are the synthesizers, and the album just really grows on you as you listen to this album over and over again. This is an incredibly spooky album. Would fit fucking perfectly in a John Carpenter's film, would fit perfectly in Halloween. It's just the overall synthesizers that just create this atmospheric melody. There are some awesome moments on this. I really love his vocals. His vocals are at times quite distinctive and prominent throughout the mix. There are just some really good songs like Become the Night, Curtains, even Sex Trap. Then you got a heavy metal sort of song with heavy metal elements, Werewolf Hospital. Got songs like All How Is Mine, Skin Show, and Snake Face being one of the most creepiest songs of the year in my opinion. Yes, you want to hear this album at nighttime and you'll be quivering in your bed as you're listening to these spooky synths. Next up is Endseeker and the album Mount Carcass. This is a death metal album, not the best death metal album of the month, but holy shit, this does pack a punch. It's like you're entering a cave as you're looking throughout the passageway and you don't know where this passage is going. This is what this album is like. It's incredibly dirgy, incredibly atmospheric at times, and an absolutely pummeling death metal album. Love songs like Unholy Rite, Merciless Tide. There are also melodies throughout this album as well, like Count the Dead has such the most catchiest melody of the month in my opinion, and you got songs like Frantic Redemption, Moribund, just really escalating this album into the next level. Just a really solid death metal album. There is just one death metal album that is slightly better in my opinion. That will be mentioned later on throughout the list. Yeah, Endseeker and the album Mount Carcass is so much fun. It really is. The riffs are catchy as well, and not to mention the vocals are incredibly intense, but I love the vocal tone, love the delivery, just solid for what it is. Coming out number 8 is Conclave and the album Dawn of Days. This is a fantastic fucking album, really is. It's very doomy, it's very sludgy, and I just love the vocal delivery on this. Some beautiful guitar melodies mixed within the really nice drumming. The vocals are incredibly tense, incorporate elements more of that death doom moments, but just imagine the instrumentals at times do sound like something out of Black Sabbath, especially the sludgy riffs, but the vocals at times do sound very death doomy, and I absolutely adore it. Love the pure emotion throughout the songs, and Suicide Funeral would be one of my favorite songs off the album, especially that beautiful guitar solo, the beautiful guitar lead. But yeah, this is a really fun album overall, and again the atmosphere that just seeps within this album, the beautiful mixing, the production is so damn good. But yeah, Dawn of Days Conclave is sitting at number 8. Coming up next is, surprise, it's Bayley and his album The War Within Me. Now, I know a lot of people won't have this as their best metal album, one of their best metal albums, but in my opinion, I played this countless times and it's so damn fucking good. It really is. Several melodies. His vocals are fantastic as well, conveys so much emotion throughout the songs, and I just love the concept of this album. War Within Me, 303, Warrior, Pull Yourself Up. Just so many catchy fucking songs. I just love how fast and energetic it is. The power of Nikola Tesla, his vocal performance absolutely amazing. The Unstoppable Stephen Hawking just dedicated this song to the late Stephen Hawking. Songs like Every Storm Ends, one of the best ballads of the year. Absolutely adore it. I just love the overall style, the guitar work on this, the solos. It's just one of the best heavy metal albums of the year at the moment. So Bayley, War Within Me, is coming at number 7. Coming at number 6 is, surprise, surprise, I was thinking Paysage Dehiva would be a little bit higher than number 6, but yeah, Geister is sitting at number 6 just because I prefer other black metal albums. A lot of people are really enjoying this, and a lot of people aren't really liking this. This is a polarizing sort of album just because Paysage Dehiva has changed their sound. Inward was much more lo-fi. Well, this album, the production's a lot more better, the drums are more prominent, and it's an incredibly catchy album. It really is, especially the guitar work is prominent and catchy as fuck. This album does grow on you and grow on you throughout further listens. Under, Stampter, and even Blue Ed has such a really catchy guitar lead that I really do enjoy. But yeah, the last track is Geister, which is very ambient in tone, and I just really do enjoy it. This is not as atmospheric as Involved, but it's still got that atmosphere by Paysage Dehiva. Again, it's like you're lost in the forest and you're trying to get out as a silhouette following you as you're heading deep into the forest. You sometimes trip over a few twigs and you try to survive, but yeah, at the end the monster will get you. So that's what Paysage Dehiva does sound like a bit. But just, yeah, an overall pretty good album by Paysage. Not his best, not a bad sophomore album, but Involved is still superior. Next up is one of the best doom metal albums of the year. We're talking about Body Void and the album Bury Me Beneath the Rotting Earth. Yes, it's a pretty political driven album. The overall lyrics are pretty deep in tone, and it's talking about the pandemic and everything like that. But the guitar work on this is so damn crushing. It is one of the heaviest fucking albums of the year as well. The vocals does take a few listens for you to get used to the vocals, because these vocals sound more melodic hardcore. Guitar tone is so damn dirgy and slimy and very sludgy. It's an incredibly slow album, very similar to funeral doom bands such as Ahab and even Evoken, and it's got that atmosphere that is wreaked within that funeral doom spectrum, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, this is classified as a sludge album, and yeah, this is an incredibly sludgy time. It really is. Songs like Wound, Laying Down in the Forest Fire, Pale Man, Fawn. The vocals convey so much emotion. It's one of the most draining albums of the month. One of the best doom metal albums of the year. Body Void, Bury Me Beneath the Rotting Earth sits at number 5. Now we go to some more atmospheric black metal. We're talking about Spectral Wound and the album Diabolic first. This is another very atmospheric album, but it's an incredibly intense album as well. The melodies are quite infectious in tone, and the production is so damn fucking good on this. The guitar work is amazing, the drums are fantastic, and it just feels like you are just driving a car one day and all of a sudden you go through a green light, but someone opposite hits you as they go through a red light. And yeah, this is what this album is like. It's an absolute hectic ride. It is a car crash, but a car crash in a very good way. The atmosphere is vibing on this. You want to listen to this album over and over again. It's one of the best black metal albums of the year in my opinion. Soul Destroying, Black Debauchery, your songs like Fair Lucifer, Sad Relic, Frigid and Spellbound, that great single we had. It's atmospheric, and it's atmospheric black metal done right. And that's why Diabolical first, Spectral Wound, is sitting at number 4. Coming up next is Cannibal Corpse and the album Violence Unimagined. This is one of the best death metal albums of the year. I also did a best death metal albums list of the year so far, and I put Cannibal Corpse pretty fucking high. And I just really love it. Love George Corpse Grinder's vocals. It's a mix between Evisceration, Plague, and even Killed. The soundscape is absolutely fantastic. Production is incredibly good. It's an incredibly heavy album as well. One of the most catchiest albums by Cannibal Corpse. Especially you got songs like Surround, Kill, Devour, along with Follow the Blood, more doomy. So overall, really tight and cohesive LP. And yeah, Cannibal Corpse fans would not be disappointed. Sounds like Cannibal Corpse, but it has a different tone at times. The production is so damn good. It's a catchy album as well. It's definitely one of the most accessible albums by Cannibal Corpse, I could say. Yeah, what can I say? Violence Unimagined is such an awesome album. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, it's sitting at number 3. Coming up next is I am starting to burn. It's Soothsayer. It's Echoes of the Earth. When I first heard it, took me with so much surprise. I don't know what genre it is. It's either black metal, death metal, or I'm just gonna call it an extreme metal album. They are from Ireland, and holy shit, they produced a fantastic fucking album this month. Fringe is such a atmospheric building intro. I just absolutely love it. The production out of Fringe is so damn heavy. The riffs are incredibly catchy on out of Fringe, especially that outro. Got songs like Cities of Smoke, which is much more intense, more melodic. Six of Nothing, The North, just so many fantastic songs. You have to listen to this album to really appreciate the musicality. Sonically, it's just one hell of a ride. I think it's a concept, must be a concept, and it must be a protagonist diving into the realms of hell, because it sounds like hell, this album. And his vocals are incredible on this. I love his vocals. They're the most harshest and aggressive vocals I've heard all year, in my opinion. And yeah, this is an addictive LP. Holy shit, it packs a punch. So yeah, Soothsayer, Echoes of the Earth, is sitting at number 2. But there's only one album that really shocked me this month, with Eterόφωτος. This is a fantastic album overall. This is an avant-garde metal album, and holy shit, this album packed a punch. Following the concepts of Sentinel, it is an incredible ride. This is a cosmic black metal album with so many elements of surprise and incorporating elements of even sounding at times like Tool or even Dream Theater. Especially the first song, which has some Tool vibes at times, Dream Theater vibes, sounding a lot like Home. This is a very progressive album, one of the best progressive metal albums in my opinion of the year. Just so many moments. His vocals at times sound like a fucking demon, they really do. The guitar work is amazing, the drums are incredible, but of course you have this long track which is 20 minutes, and that's the last track, Terion. Now, I've grown to really enjoy this. I did shit on this saying it was one of the weakest closes, but in my opinion, if you follow the story, if you know what the story is about, you can understand what Terion would be about. It would be about the mastermind of Spectral Law, which is Alos's progression. Terion is a very incredibly atmospheric, droney sort of track. Feels like a blizzard is blowing through your ears throughout most of the track. Holy shit, this album packs a punch, it really does. And that's why Spectral Law, Ετερόφωτος, is my number 1 album of April 2021. You may have noticed I missed out Gejura. I did listen to Gejura, and you know what, I wasn't that impressed. I never have been a Gejura fan, unfortunately, and yeah, this album didn't change my mind. But yeah, Spectral Law, Ετερόφωτος, is sitting at number 1. Comment below what you thought about this list. Do you agree or disagree with my opinion? Keep discussion going in the comment section below, and Jamie Outdoorsley out of here.